Hello all you flogs and floggettes out there in Australia and around the world. It's your boy BD3 coming at you with another NBA update. That's right, I am nicely sourced. It is fucking, what's the fucking time? It's 11:15 here. Kids are finally all fucking asleep. And I am ready to talk some NBA. Had a couple of bottles of a really nice Riesling tonight, so I'm ready to go. So let's get stuck into it, because today we are going to talk about the Derozan trade to the Kings. Let's get into it. Get a drink in you. Let's go. Oh, and like and subscribe, all that crap. You know all that shit. Anyway, let's get into the trade. So, breakdown of the trade basically is the Kings receive Derozan. The Spurs receive Harrison Barnes, and the Bulls receive Chris Duarte and 2 second-round picks. Doesn't feel like enough value, if I'm being honest. Derozan, no matter what you think he is, or you can sit there and go, he doesn't shoot threes, doesn't defend all that well. He is a guy that on a nightly basis is going to give you 24, 5, and 5 on decent efficiency, and he can manipulate the defense with his abilities on ball, right? He is a bigger, bigger player. He plays big, so he can post up a bit. He can push smaller guards into the key. He's clutch. He is a guy that at the end of the game, you want the ball in his hands because he's going to get you a bucket. And he has shown that on multiple occasions, right? He's one, I think I saw a stat out there today that he's the fucking most points in a Bulls uniform by anyone that's not called fucking MJ, right? So he can put the ball in the hole. At the end of the day, fucking, we're going all Moneyball here, but at the end of the day, you want to have more points than your opponent. That's how you win games, and DeMar's going to do that. He is going to be an asset for the Kings, and for a team that I felt needed a bit more firepower in the clutch at the end of games, he's going to be perfect for them, right? So I think he fits in where now people are going to sit here and go, oh, he doesn't shoot enough threes, so they can't space well enough. They don't need him to shoot threes, right? The way that the Sacramento Kings run their offense, they run a lot of dribble handoffs, and they run their offense through Sabonis, right? So DeMar can come off that dribble handoff from Sabonis, or he can post up on the low post and let Sabonis play at the elbow. And then you've got fucking De'Aaron Fox running around a million miles an hour. You got fucking, what's his name? Murray? Keegan Murray fucking shooting threes left, right, and center. I think he's going to be a great fit, and they run enough of a motion offense that he can play a little bit off the ball if he needs to. And then what I think they'll use him as is that they'll run their offense, and then after 12 seconds, 15 seconds, if they get a bit stuck, they know that they can kick it to DeMar and he can create his own shot. Down on that low post, on the wing, at the elbow, he can get that shot that he wants, and he can elevate over some of the smaller defenders and get the 2 points. So I think he'll almost be used as a relief valve for their offense, which I think will vastly increase their ability to score, especially in the clutch time. So I think that's a win for the Kings, right? Spurs get Harrison Barnes. I don't mind this at all. I think he's a great player. He's one of those, Swiss Army knife players that can do a bit of everything for you. Obviously, they want to accelerate their rebuild, right? They've got a generational talent in fucking Wemby, right? Who's ready to go, who's absolutely dominating FIBA right now, just quietly. And they've realized that their time is now. They are on the clock, and they are. And they've picked up Chris Paul and Harrison Barnes so far, as well as some extra draft picks that they can use later to move for talent. I think the Spurs are fucking nailing this rebuild so far, right? And look, it's easy to nail a rebuild when you get one of the greatest players of all time with your first pick, right? But it's all the auxiliary pieces around that that's going to make it successful. You can get an Anthony Davis or a LeBron James and things like that, but if you don't build correctly around them, they'll fuck off somewhere else in 7 years' time when their second contract is essentially running out, and you're sitting there with your fucking thumb up your ass, right? So I think they've done the right thing here. I think they've really made some smart moves, and they're going to start moving up that Western Conference. They might not even be a playing team next year, right? But they're putting the pieces in place, and they're bringing in the right veterans to help this team grow, and the young guys get better, and that's all you can hope for. Now let's get to the Bulls, because I'm going to need a drink before we talk about the Bulls. Fuck me, that's still hot. Right. The Bulls, I get it, right? In theory, I get it. They are rebuilding. They're trying to get some value. They're getting off all of these contracts, and they're going to recoup through, draft picks and young players, right? But they didn't get much of either of that just then. Like, Derozan is a near all-star level player, and they got Chris Duarte, who nobody fucking seems to want, who I actually quite like, but no one seems to want him. and 2 second-round picks. They didn't even get a first-round pick for DeMar DeRozan. Mikal Bridges got you got like 5 first-rounders for Mikal Bridges. DeMar DeRozan can't get one. That is bullshit, right? You are getting fucking pennies on the dollar right there, and that's not enough, right? So through all the trades that they've started dumping contracts with, all they've managed to get essentially is Josh Giddey, Chris Duarte, and a couple of fucking seconds, maybe a 3rd second, I think, from one of the other trades. You got to start getting some real fucking picks, guys, because Zach LaVine's market is not going to be as big as you think it is, and Vooch's market is not going to be as big as you think it is. So you might be able to get a first-round pick for both of them, maybe. But then you're left in a complete rebuild with just Josh Giddey, fucking Dosunmu, Kobe White, and a couple of late firsts. That's all you've got, right? When you've got the Spurs, the fucking Pelicans, fucking OKC, who are already better than you, and have fucking 17 first-round picks over the next 5 years, and they're fucking unprotected, and there's pick swaps going fucking everywhere, you're not going to be able to compete. And the lucky part for them is they're in the fucking East, right? But you've got to get more value here. You've got to get another young player, and you've got to get a couple more first-round picks, or this is going to be a very long fucking rebuild for you, right? You're gonna be in for a bad time, right? Look, you might get lucky. You could get rid of all you guys. You might not get much value for them, and you could end up with the first pick because you're fucking terrible and get fucking Cooper Flag, and then it all looks fucking like a brilliant idea. But that's a big gamble on getting the #1 pick next year. So I don't think Ball's got nearly enough value. Obviously the trade market wasn't there for him, but I thought he was worth more than that. But if you are a team like the fucking Lakers or someone like that could have used him, who are contending, and all it took to get DeMar DeRozan was a fucking average young player and some second-round picks, what the fuck are you doing? Where the fuck have you been this whole time? The Clippers are signing everyone. What, DeMar DeRozan hasn't beaten a woman lately, so he can't go to the fucking Clippers? Like, shit. I don't know. I just think sometimes these teams make it harder for themselves when they need to. Like, DeMar DeRozan was right there for not much value, and you could have really added to a contending team, and no one went out and got him. Instead, the Kings make a great move, and I think they're going to be dangerous in the West next year. A West that is going to be tough, right? So I think this is a fucking it's a A- move for the Kings. I think it's a fucking B+ move for the Spurs, and it's a fucking C- for the Bulls, right there. That's fucking, what else are you going to do, right? But that is my breakdown of the DeMar DeRozan trade. I hope you guys have enjoyed my drunken ramblings of this fucking Australian fellow down under. Please like, subscribe, all that bullshit, you know, all that fucking stuff. But I do appreciate the support. I do appreciate people watching, and it's good to know that somebody enjoys my drunken rants, because my wife certainly does not. And with that, I will leave you guys. That is still fucking hot. Jesus Christ, I made that way too hot. I will leave you guys. I will see you in the next episode. And as always, just remember, go fuck yourselves.